These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. ABC15 capturing the procession honoring Scottsdale detective Ryan So. Scottsdale police say he died in the line of duty Thursday night near 76th Street and Greenway. Officials were called to the area around 6:30 for an officer in need of help. The officer, identified as Detective So, was taken to the hospital where he later died. It's unknown how he was injured. We're still working to learn details of what happened. We do know Mesa police are now taking over this investigation. See more of this story in our later newscasts. Sadly, he's the second officer to die in the line of duty in less than 2 weeks. Gila River police officer Joshua Breeze was killed while responding to a house party June 1st. He was laid to rest this week in Montana. The FBI has taken over that investigation. Now to one of the biggest stories unfolding in the past 24 hours, the Department of Justice releasing its report on the Phoenix Police Department, finding widespread issues in the department, many of those first brought to light by the ABC15 investigators.
Based on a comprehensive review, we find that there is reasonable cause to believe that the police department and the city engage in a pattern or practice of conduct that violates the First, Fourth, and 14th Amendments of the U.S. Constitution.
Our team's combing through the 126-page report that details serious allegations against the department, accusing Phoenix police of violating civil rights, using excessive force, destroying personal property, and unlawful treatment of people experiencing homelessness, among other things. So what happens next? The city outlining 3 scenarios that could play out. First would be a court-ordered consent decree. This could be expensive for taxpayers, but it would force changes overseen by a court and an independent monitor. This is what many other cities have agreed to do after DOJ findings of unconstitutional policing. Second is something called a negotiated agreement that likely would not involve the court. But if both sides can agree, then there's a third scenario where the DOJ can file a lawsuit against the city. That's something experts we talked to have never seen happen after findings of this magnitude. Mayor Kate Gallego says City Council will meet later this month to discuss it. You can find more at ABC15.com, including the full report, our team coverage with reaction and statements from community members and city leaders. Working to make Valley streets safer while cracking down on street racing and intersection takeovers. Our Operation Safe Roads team looking into the Tempe Police Department's Operation Street Sweep. Tempe police say on any given night, dozens to hundreds of street racers hit Valley roads at high speeds, sometimes taking over intersections. The city also finding high-speed drivers one of the top concerns in the community. Police data shows just last year, 24 people died in crashes in Tempe, and police believe excessive speed was a factor in 18 of those. Operation Street Sweep begins today with enhanced enforcement. Tempe police plan to work closely with the Street Racing Task Force in Phoenix and DPS. Tempe is also exploring the use of speed and red light cameras, which will be installed at 14 intersections this fall. And they'll soon launch a real-time operations center, pooling traffic, park, and facilities cameras in the city so officers can review them. Wildfire season quickly becoming year-round, and with monsoon 2024 officially starting tomorrow, the threat of lightning sparked fires is going up.
All of a sudden, I heard this giant boom, and it was so loud, it literally rattled the table, it rattled the ground. My ears were ringing. It was so crazy.
Yeah, it can be scary and dangerous. Lightning causes thousands of fires each year across the Southwest. You can take action and prepare your home ahead of the threat by clearing brush away, having an emergency kit and evacuation plan ready. Learn all about the monsoon and ways to protect your family and home during the ABC15 Monsoon Special, airing tonight after the NBA Finals.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens. Tracking your most accurate forecast as these excessive heat warnings continue. We are now under this heat alert until 8 p.m. on Sunday for the valley and surrounding areas, and from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 11 a.m. Saturday, that is, to 8 p.m. on Sunday for southern Arizona, so parts of Pima County down there. Extreme heat still hitting the forecast here in Phoenix and beyond through the Father's Day weekend. Tomorrow is going to be the hotter of the 2 days. Looks like a high of 114, which will put us within a degree of tomorrow's record. And for Sunday on Father's Day, 112 degrees, sunshine, high heat, but some breezes late in the day. And those breezes do look to continue into early next week as well as a storm system passes to our north. We're not going to get any rain out of it, but we will get the wind, which will heighten fire danger, and we'll get some slightly cooler air. That'll take Phoenix down to 106 by Tuesday before we really crank up that heat again toward the end of next week.